The structure depends on what your business objectives are, what the investor's business objectives are, and what the project can do. You need to look at those three things. I'm throwing out my structure just to give you an example, but it doesn't really matter what my structure is because it matters what fits your needs, your investor needs, and what the project makes sense. For example, development deals tend to have a higher preferred return because, say, 12% instead of 8%, because they're not getting paid anything for the first 24, 36 months, and that money is accruing until it's stabilized, leased up, and it can start cash flowing. Other development deals I've seen are like a 4 or 5% preferred return, otherwise known as a pref, and it's 50-50, just a straight split after that. It depends on how you want to do it. You can also structure it where, and this is how you make the most money. I don't do it, but this is how you can make the most as a syndicator. You structure your investors so that they are exited out at a refinance. They get paid a fixed percentage, say 10, 11%, and then, so basically it's debt financing, debt equity, it's debt investors. They pay 10, you pay 10, 12, whatever percent, and then when you do a refinance, you pay them their 10, 12%, pay them back their money, and then that's it. Then they exit, and you maintain all the equity for the deal, and you hold on to it long term. You talk about how to build a real estate empire relatively quickly. You bring only debt-based investors for the first couple years while you're repositioning the property, and then you exit them out, you hold on to it long term, and holy cow, you could raise, say, $6 million by a $20 million apartment community, increase the value to $25, $30, $40 million, well, probably more realistically, say $30 million, and then exit them out, and now you've got a $30 million apartment community that you only own.
Yeah.
So it depends on those three things I mentioned before. That's how you structure it. What makes the most sense? I can tell you, industry standard is to have a preferred return and then some sort of equity split above that, like we do. However, you might have investors who only want to put their money in for 2 years. And if so, then that could be more of a debt-based raise versus equity-based raise.